I'm always stunned by the things that the city of Boise does and the behavior of the people in the city of Boise. In 2017, I tried to file a complaint, and I did. I went down there and I was interviewed by someone about the behavior of a police officer when I was locked in a storage unit, which I realized not right then, but later on, the employee had done intentionally. And then there's a lot of other crap around this. But the office was called Police Oversight back then. They took my complaint, gave it a false file number, which I found out from the police records person that the file number they put on it was not a real file number and it was not in their system. Did not process it. And then later, I had to file a public records request, and they quickly threw together a fakey letter that said the cop did nothing wrong and that he was no longer living in Idaho and on the police department here, which may or may not be true because I've been here for years and I know they lie about everything. So this Mendoza, who's trying to act like she's ethical and knowledgeable and everything else, is full of crap. She ran a department that did not even accept most of the complaints that were filed with it, and then did not actually process. The job of the new Office of Police Oversight, or what is it? Office of Police Accountability, and the old Police Oversight Office are put in place to sort out and block complaints. The new Office of Police Accountability was put under Internal Affairs, which I complained about and I wrote about, that's crazy. How do you have oversight of the police department if they're under Internal Affairs? Well, my discovery about Internal Affairs was that they could not function themselves, just like the police department. And I tried to file a complaint with this new office under Jesus Yara, I don't know how his last name is pronounced. And I was treated like crap by him. And I could not get them to call me back for months. Well, they were closed. They closed the whole office down. And my conclusion is this. Once I finally got a hold of him and I wanted to file the complaint, he told me, the time period was past. I wasn't allowed to do it. That's why it was closed down. It's part of the blocking process. So there's a whole bunch of people who were not able to file their complaints. And I would imagine there's a lot of complaints. I have collected evidence for years. And then another thing in this article, let's see, where is it? Just cracked me up. Where is it? It's about their policy. Oh, here it is. It's the city's policy of unacceptable conduct from their handbook. No physical violence, speech, or conduct deemed rude. Rudeness is what the people of Boise are made of, including the city employees. Disrespect is what you get from them. The police department gaslights, doesn't often even call me back. I live in a situation where unbelievable stuff goes on. In fact, I've got a video about yesterday that I'm working on. Irresponsible, well, this standard operating procedure. Inappropriate, well, the things that they say often are inappropriate, illogical, and don't make any sense. Profanity, well, they do care about that. That's the one thing people here care about. They think that if you swear, that it's a worse crime than murdering someone. And I don't give a fuck about that. So they don't want people to be indecent. Well, that would be inappropriate for at-work behavior. Abusive language is standard operating procedure. Let's see. Oh, and attempting to intimidate or bully others. I am bullied by park employees and have been for years for the crime of throwing something in a garbage can or just being there. I've had a zoo employee harass me. Was just sitting in my damn car. I have video of that, by the way. And the police are the biggest bullies in town. They have pulled back some and don't just come by to harass me anymore. But the stuff that they have said to me in the past, and I have recordings of some of it, is unbelievable. And the Office of Police Oversight and the Office of Police Accountability both blocked me from filing complaints. Oh, and no retaliatory behavior. These people are the most retaliatory people I've ever seen in my life. So I don't know if this Mendoza that was interviewed for this article, who used to be the director of police oversight, has an axe to grind or what the deal is, because you never know what's going on in the background in Boise, because they do not have any transparency whatsoever. In fact, they're so lacking of transparency that people on the city council didn't even know that the police chief was resigning, which was essentially he was fired because the mayor asked him to resign. It's really quite unbelievable at this point. I live in a minivan and I most of the time park in the shoreline area. I don't throw out garbage. I don't scream all night. I'm not on drugs or alcohol. I am simply most of the time in my car, and I get out and go for walks, and I go throw my garbage away. I put my solar panel on my car and stuff like that. And the behavior of some of the people in this area right now is truly hard to believe, but it's constant behavior of people here like this. And the police have disappeared and are just letting things go feral. And if you contact them, they're like, well, we might be able to drive through there. Well, it is unconscionable to treat people the way I've been treated. And there has to be a lot of other people that are treated this way if it's happening with me. And the organized stalking and harassment has started up and is getting really, really bad. It's just a vile city.